everything. I joined at 35, so I wasn't young.
Not a spring chicken.
Not a spring chicken. 35 years old, and I thought there is no way I'm going to let these 18, 19-year-olds have the better of me. So I kept up with them.
Good.
At a cost, obviously.
Yeah, there's always a cost, especially at our age, right?
I know, right? But I did it, and I was very proud that I was able to do it, because I was not in great shape before I joined the military. And then joining the military, getting into shape, being able to do all the things that I was able to do, not realizing the cost, but it was something in my mind to be pretty proud of.
Of course.
So yeah, it was interesting. Like, I mean, 135, maybe not now, we won't say what I weigh now, but at that time, 130, 135 pounds, and I'm throwing a man on my shoulders who's like 180 to 195 pounds, and I'm running, what was it, 100 meters
100
or something?
meters. Yeah, it was 50 there,
with
50
him on my
back,
back, plus all his kit, plus my weapon, plus his weapon. Like, it was like, I can do this, but
Not the fastest, but I get there.
Actually,
yeah.
Surprisingly, you can be pretty fast. It's the momentum, right? It's like a drug, I guess. You get these endorphins in your body just explode, and you're doing it. You go. Afterwards, when you put the guy down, you kind of fall too.
Yeah, it's just, once you get that adrenaline rush, it's
That's
finally
the word,
finished.
I apologize. My words are not always there. So.
And with all your travels, what was your most favorite spot you've traveled?
I have to say, so I really enjoyed a lot of places. I didn't enjoy some places. But my favorite was after Afghanistan. I was there for 10 months. So I was on the extended 9-month tour, which really is 10 months.
Right.
We did our R&R in Cyprus.
Wonderful.
And that especially was good for me. I really liked that because my father was military, and he did something like 4 or 5 tours in Cyprus.
Okay.
So I really enjoyed that I could go there and see where my father spent so much time, and like obviously under different circumstances.
No, but you now have that connection with your dad.
I do,
You've
and
been
it
there
is the most beautiful island I have ever seen in my life. Like it's the people, we couldn't walk through the villages in Cyprus without people running out their doors. Try our homemade wine. We love Canadians, blah, blah, blah. Except for, there were me being me and my girlfriend that I was there with, her being her. Of course, we're, up to a little bit of mischief. Orange trees. The oranges, I swear, were like huge orange trees. And so we went up a stoop. Well, I did. I went up a stoop, and I'm like, take a picture of me with this big orange. And as I touched it, the orange came off. And I'm like,
no.
Now I have an orange to eat. But the old guy runs out of the house and he's yelling at me, don't steal my orange. I need that for my marmalade. I'm like, oh, okay, here's your orange back. Like, I didn't mean to pick it, but
it just fell off, yeah.
Right. We got to see the, I think they said it was the stone of Aphrodite.
Oh yes, the Aphrodite's rock that's there just off the coast.
And they're like, Trish, jump in the ocean and swim around the stone 3 times.
Well, that's it, right? There's that old tale that if you could swim around Aphrodite's rock 3 times, it's more of a fertility thing. And
well, had I known fertility, I never would have jumped in the water.
Yeah.
No, I was told it was at the time to find your true love, And I'm thinking, like, what? I'm going to get around this stone the 3rd time and some guy's just going to pop out of the water? I don't think so. But,
right.
And we lost the tour. So I'll say Sherry, I won't say her last name, but my friend Sherry and I, when you're on a tour, it's not as exciting. You know,
Yeah.
you see whatever they show you, and I just feel like you miss so much. And I'm very much a person who likes to get to know people, the community at that time, right? So we decided to leave and just kind of explore the island on our own.
Nice.
And we ended up in this one village, and I don't know how we did it, but we ended up in a backyard, and there was a goat there.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, look at the goat. Isn't this really cool? There's a goat. How do we get out of this backyard now? And doesn't the goat start charging at us? So we're running and we jump the fence. And so we jumped the fence, so we're thinking, okay, we're safe. But no, that darn goat just jumped the fence and continued chasing us. I think we jumped about 3 or 4 yards before we finally found ourselves out.
The guard attack goat for this.
It was a guard attack goat. It was crazy.
Right.
It was crazy. But I have to say that the people in Cyprus, the island, the things we did, maybe it was a mixture of finishing a long 10-month tour, a mixture of being somewhere that I knew my dad had spent a lot of time, the being in the R&R situation, but it was by far my favorite place to be. If I could, I would go back to Cyprus. It's the only place I'd ever go back to.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been to Cyprus myself. It's actually a
It's
wonderful
amazing.
place. Yeah.
It is, and beautiful.
Yep.